In this video, we'll be learning how to multiply decimals. When multiplying decimals, we need to consider the place value of each digit. So let's take 2.5 times 3.2 for example. So for now, we have to ignore the decimal points, and then we can just multiply it as 25 times 32. And after doing this, we get 800. So that means 25 times 32 equals 800. And then since there are two digits in total that we moved back the decimal points from, we put the decimal points 2 places away from the right side. So that means the answer to 2.5 times 3.2 equals 8. Okay, let's try another example. So 4.2 times 7.7. So first, we can just multiply this as 42 times 77. When we get 3,234. And then since there is one decimal point after 4.2 and one decimal place after in 7.7, there's 2 in total, so we move it back 2 places and get 32.34 as the answer. So we can also multiply whole numbers by decimals. So let's take like 20 times 0.4 for example. So if we ignore the decimal point here, we can just do 20 times 4 and get 80. And then since we moved it one decimal point in 0.4, we just get 8.0. So let's try another one. So let's try 1.25 times 45. So we just ignore this decimal point for now and just multiply. And then after doing the multiplication, we will get 5,625. And since we moved removed this decimal point, which was 2 places away from here, 1, 2, we can move 2 decimal places in 5,625 as well. So we get 56.25. So when we do multiple digit multiplication for decimals, you can always estimate as well. And for example, if we do 5.86 times 6.38, it's gonna have a lot of decimal places because it's 1, 2, and 1, 2, so it's 4. So we can just estimate this as 5.86 rounds up to around 6. 6.38 rounds down to like 6 as well. So if we multiply, we get 36. And if we just do this math, 5.86 times 6.38, we get the answer 37.3868. And this is like pretty similar. Okay, now let's do like a final example. So let's do 0.09 times 0.003. So for this one, we have to move this back 2 decimal places, move this one back 3 decimal places. So when we multiply 9 times 3, which is 27, we move it back 5 decimal places, which means that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put that there. So that's equal to 0.00027.